Guys, welcome back to the podcast. It has been a couple months. I actually want to say I think it's been a couple months. I don't know when the last time I posted podcast, but it's been a minute. Been running around, chasing sheds, working, just trying to keep up with the daily life. Yeah. So today's solo podcast, we're just going to chip jabber. It's been a minute since I'm back. I'm going to try to get back on the horse here and keep up with these pods and get some new guests on and get some new content out and improve my skills. Lately, I've been shooting my bow a lot and training super hard in the gym, um, and working a new job, which is good. Need a new job. 21, always gonna have another new job. I'm just trying to get ready for the season. It's coming fast, like really fast. We're already halfway through May. It's May 19th. I did not go to any shed openers. I didn't go to Nevada or Wyoming. I hit my hills. I've been grinding it out for 2 specific bulls, 1 moose paddle set, and this bull right here is Browns. Did not have any luck. It's not too hot yet, so still going to try and get out a couple times and see if we can't pick one. I know of 1 big moose paddle set that got picked up that was really impressive. I got to see those in person. A buddy of mine, his little brother, picked him up. He's 14. He picked up an absolute slammer of a moose set, and I was like so jealous. But it's what it is, Been breaking a lot of stuff this year. Broke 2 trucks this year so far. Now driving a little car around back and forth to work. So not taking it to the mountains. It's got about the clearance of a pop can, and potholes are its worst enemies. Yeah. We're saving up my dimes, saving up my pennies to hopefully buy a new truck and new glasses before guide season rolls around and before scouting season gets too heavily going. I put in for hunts, don't know my results. Didn't draw Nevada or Utah. So I got points both in those, and then I got points in Wyoming again. I'm just working on trying to build my points so I can hunt out of state more. I like hunting in state as much as I can. I probably need to talk slower. I'm talking too fast. Yeah, I'm talking way too fast. But yeah, want to hunt out of state soon. Just slowly but surely building my points everywhere. I need to quit using too. It's been a minute since I ran a pod. Holy cow. All right, let's so let's talk about right now. I've been shooting a lot of little tack events going around. Idaho, been shooting really good, getting a lot of first places. The ego and the confidence has probably gone to my head. Last shot tack event I shot a 336 out of 30 targets, which I don't even know if that's good or bad. I got first place, which I was hyped about, but I'm just shooting with my hunting bow and my hunting arrows, trying to improve. I'm gonna run the same setup I did last year. My bow setup is this one right here, which is a PSE Mach 34, 80-pound limbs, going right at 80, shooting at 308 feet per second. We're shooting a 450 grain arrow. We're shooting these four fletch Easton match high velocity 5.0s with a collar and a 100 grain field point. Come season, I will shoot a 100 grain Beast titanium broadhead, a mechanical, or I will shoot the Day 6. It's their hybrid titanium and something else. They look really cool. I don't know, I haven't heard any good things. I've heard only good things about them. I haven't heard any bad things, which if it's only good things, I don't know. But I'm either going to shoot those or I'll shoot the titanium Beast broadheads. All my buddies shot the Beast broadheads. I shot the Beast broadheads. They fly super phenomenal, but here's my arrow setup: 30-inch draw, 4 fletch, and it shoots dimes. Like I'm just a guy that can shoot. I can shoot any bow really well if it's tuned right. I am trying to improve my shot process, though. I do rush through that a little bit, and so I shoot a UV thumb button, the aluminum one, not the stainless one. I want to get the second gen of these, but right now I'm trying to improve my shot process. Usually I just feel it and then I punch it, but so I'm trying to really slow down on shooting my shot process and really working through the squeeze there until she goes off. Something I've been working on, trying to shoot at least a dozen arrows a day. If I get in more, awesome. Some days I don't get in any. Like last time I got back from work at 3:30 in the morning, and so I didn't get any shoots, and I've been slacking all day. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm not going to change anything on my bow setup besides I might shoot different broadheads, just keeping the same arrow weight, same bow. I did go shoot the AX9, the archery shop that I go to, Advantage, in Twin Falls, Idaho. It's run by Caleb Drake, phenomenal guy, absolute great person, absolute killer with a bow. But I did shoot the AX90, and I honestly thought it was going to be harder. Thought it was going to be harder to pull back, and I thought it was going to be harder to shoot, but it was super smooth, and it shot really fast. And I was like super impressed with it. If I didn't just get this bow, or if I had whatever that bow cost brand new, like $1,700, to buy a brand new AX90 and deck it out. So buy a brand new AX90, deck it out. You're probably like around like $3,000. Still on monsters, but I have quit the Nick. No more nicotine for me. Coming up August 1st will be 6 months off nicotine. I usually do Zins. Zins and caffeine, you can run for days. It's really crazy that my body runs so well on nicotine and caffeine and no sleep. Probably really bad for me at my young age, but I do it when I have to. But yeah, still haven't kicked caffeine bug. Super hard. I was listening to Tyler Geiger, Knock Performance, talk about he just quit nicotine, and I think he was talking about quitting caffeine too. But yeah, I quit the Nick, but I'm not gonna quit the caffeine quite yet. That gets me through a lot of the guide season, but we're coming up on season. Trying to improve, shoot better. Just trying to get better all the way around. Really up my conditioning for this year. Pushing more miles. I was training for a marathon the last couple months, but right now I just don't have time, and I kind of have shifted my goals to a different outcome, and running a marathon is not in my cards right now. Maybe someday, maybe soon, actually, probably. Maybe I'll train over the winter to not to shoot a marathon, to run a marathon. Yeah. So right now, training block is looking a lot of functional lifting, functional weight training, and then quite a bit of cardio, a lot of Stairmaster, rower, treadmill, walks outside, runs outside, a lot of hiking. More hiking you get in, the better. Like this spring, I think the most miles I did in a week was looking for these browns. I did just shy of 100 miles in 5 days, which I think I'm going to do the math on that because I can't run math in my head right now. Just never fast enough. Not 100 times 5, 100 divided by 5. Which some of you guys have probably already did this in your head and you're like, wow. Yeah, it's 20 miles a day. It was not fun. Actually, was fun because I was motivated to find these browns. These are whites, just the backsides are really good looking, and so that's what I have showing. But yeah, looking for the big browns, no luck. So still got time, and I'm pretty sure they're still on the ground somewhere. I think they're just in a really funny pocket, and nobody's seen them. And yeah, let's kind of shift gears here. Let's talk about my training right now, my training split, my cardio split a little bit. I don't know if you guys like fitness or care to listen to my fitness, but we're going to talk about it. My fitness background is I started lifting when I was 13 in high school with everybody to become better at football. So I really focus on strength training and speed and agility work, which I'm still fast. Like I can still probably run a sub 7 100-yard dash if I really pushed it. No, that's probably too fast. I could probably run a sub. I don't know what a fast 40-yard dash is right now, but I could probably still run one really fast, and I could probably run a super fast 100. For big boy, I weigh 249 right now. That's about where I sit all year. Unless I really push it and don't eat enough food, then I'll drop a couple pounds. But it's really hard for me to drop weight. I've noticed, even though I'm on like a really high protein diet and a lot of cardio, like my average walking on a daily right now is like either between like 9 and 12 miles a day is what I walk just at work right now. I'm landscaping for a really good buddy of mine. I'm probably gonna have him on the pod. Killer of a guy, solid dude. Just killed a couple bulls, killed a couple bucks. Just a get after it guy. Works hard. Great friend of mine. Chill boss. Chillest boss by far I've ever had. But it's good. It's good. And so I'm training Monday through Saturday right now. Strength training and functional training Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then heavy conditioning days are Tuesday, Thursdays. And Saturdays sometimes will be a lift and conditioning, or I'll just do conditioning depending on how I'm feeling after the week, if I'm sore or if I feel super good. And then Sundays are rest days, usually a mellow walk, mobility work, and stretching to help me keep loose. I tore my rotator cuff in January, so I'm still healing from that and just trying to really build it back. I notice sometimes if I really push it hard that week, like my shoulder, I'll just feel it like right doing certain movements like incline chest press with dumbbells, or not so much shooting my bow. Like shooting at my bow, I have no problem, but like up and down movements, I feel it. Pulling, I don't feel it as much. So still working on that. Might jump on the peptide trend and see if I can't heal myself up a little faster. Getting on the peptides, getting on Retta and the Wolverine stack and GHK, GHK, help with my acne. Still got super bad acne. Still young. And so, yeah, besides training nutrition plan, trying to have my body weight protein, somewhat high carbs and keeping it lower on the fats, which has been doing really good for me, keeping like I'm fueled. If I don't have breakfast, I'll have a super big lunch and a super big dinner. If I don't have breakfast, usually it's 5 eggs and 2 sausage links. But if I don't have a big breakfast or I don't have any breakfast, I'll usually eat pretty heavy lunch and then super high protein in the dinner. Been eating more and more protein and less. I'm still tired from last night and yesterday. Super big meals, but I'm also eating like less. You call it fasting or whatever, but I'm eating like I'll eat like 9 o'clock and then I won't eat till like probably like 3 o'clock the next day before I get lunch, and then I'll eat after I get back from the gym, which usually go to work and then I come back, or I go to work, hit the gym, and then I come back and I either shoot if there's light, if there's not light, put the spotlight out, shoot, just get my reps in, and then I'll eat and shower, chill a little bit, and then I'll go to bed and wake up and rock and roll tomorrow or the next day. Guests you guys want to have on, guests I want to have on. I'm going to try and get a couple buddies on. I just want to get killers, absolute savages on this podcast to talk hunting and talk training. And just to, everybody's like, oh, you got to have a balance in life. And I've never had a balance. Like, I don't have a plan. Like, usually I just go day by day, especially closer to season. Like, what do we need to get done before season? Kind of have a rough idea, and then just I hurry up and I get it done. I'm a procrastinator, so I like to put everything off till like the last week or so to get everything finished. But this year I'm trying to knock it out, trying to upgrade my glass, upgrade my truck. Gonna save my pennies and get some Swarovski glass this year, which should be good. Not change my bino setup. So let's just talk summer scouting setups for this year. This year I'm going to be bow setup staying the same. I'm not going to hunt any rifle tags. I don't care to. I don't feel like it's a challenge. It's not hard to me. A rifle is way too easy. I guide plenty of rifle hunts and they're just show up and kill animals, which is a lot of fun. Watching a lot of big stuff die is always cool. And as much opportunity as you can get to learn and improve your skills is the best. So guiding, I guide from middle August till the end of December, right in there. And then I think this year we are going to try and get if winter's slow with work, we're going to see if we can go either Mexico or I'm going to go hunt tahr New Zealand by myself. Because all my buddies don't want to go with me, or they say they have a life to live and got to be a normal person, which is not fun to me at all. But bino setup this year is, actually, we're going to grab it right here. I've got it hanging up. Marsupial bino harness are the best. Under pouch, side pouch, other rangefinder. Running a Vortex right now, which I'm going to switch to a Kilo 5 or Kilo 8 rangefinder because this one batteries keep dying on me super fast. They're not lasting. I get like a couple months out of them and then they're dead. And it doesn't have aero ballistics, which I really want. So I'm switching to either the SIG 5K in the next month or two before archery season. Binos are on these SIGs Pro Series 50s dual batteries. And then I run the Easyac Equipment bino adapter to a tripod, which you're like, dude, you have image stabilization binos. Why would you put them on a tripod? Because take image stabilization binos and put them on a tripod, and it is the best thing ever. If Swarovski could come out with image stabilization binos, I'd buy those, but they don't have them. They have range finding ones, and they just came out with a small image stabilization tripod, or not tripod, but small spotter. SIG has one. So I might get one of those. I don't know. But if SIG could keep this image stabilization bino and put a rangefinder in it, I would only ever carry these ever. Side pouch, I run an all-in adapter in here, match it or lighter, and a Leatherman. And the bottom here, I run bullets for clients. And then I have my tags and license in the very bottom, so I never forget them. And then I usually run my phone. Everybody runs their phone in the back here. I don't like it there, so I run it right here. Just like that. And it's never fallen out for me. I mean, it usually does, like if you bend over hard enough, but it usually rides in there really nice. And then on all my adapters, on all my optics, I run all in. There's no better company. There's no better product. It's the best by far. And so that's my bino harness setup for the year. And then we're going to get Swaro 95 or a 115 before season. And you're probably like, yeah, that's a lot of glass, but if all you do for half your year is spend the time sitting in the glass, the nicest glass is always the best. I have a Vortex Razor 85 right now, and I've had the Gen 185 before that, and that's what I ran for the longest time. But I just need nicer glass, and to improve quality of film and just to be able to glass more, spend more time in the glass. And if you don't have the money, or you can't save the money, I would say to buy a nice Swaro spotting scope. Either learn how to save money better or get the nicest thing your money can buy you. If that's a Vortex Razor, or if that's a Leopold or a Zeiss, or there was one other one that I was thinking about, but I just left my brain. Bino harness, but yeah, running Marsupial bino harness, by far the best. My favorite. I've ran them for 7 years now, since my first bino harness I ever got was a Marsupial, and I'm not going to change anytime soon. It's by far my favorite, by far the best equipped, and it can run the course. I've just beat all my buddies in the archery shop say I am the hardest person on equipment by far. Like, you look at my trucks, you look at binos, tripods, my backpacks, my bow. Even my bow gets beat. I own it. I just use it and put it to the test. So if you got equipment you want to be tested, give it to me and I'll run it through its paces and I'll give you my honest feedback. Because if I'm going to run it, I got to tell you the truth. If it sucks, it sucks. And if it's phenomenal, it's phenomenal. But if it doesn't hold up, I'm not going to keep running it. Backpack this year, we're running Stone Glacier 3600. And then if I draw any backpack hunts or I go hunt any general tags, I need a bigger bag. We might pick one up, but I run a Stone Glacier 3600. Don't run a lid on that. I run one hip belt pocket and one water bottle pocket on that. But that's most of the times I'm either hunting for a day or I'm guiding, and we're always back to a camp or a base camp every night. We don't backpack hunt where I guide at, which is nice. I mean, it'd probably be way more fun to backpack hunt some of the units I do hunt. And then when I do hunt for myself, I hunt deer and antelope and elk, and usually those are running from the truck or running a small base camp, which is usually I get 4 days off between in guiding season to hunt for myself. It makes it hard to balance and schedule everything just because I'll get my clientele booked and then outfitter will tell me, hey, these are the days you have. And then I'll get 4 days in September to hunt for myself. And then I'll hunt my antelope tag, which opens August 15th. And so I'll hunt that for probably 2 days. That's it, max. I'll hunt it for 2 days and then I got to get back to scouting and keeping track of all the other animals I like to keep track of. Gosh, I'm tired today. So yeah, it's going to be veggies of the year. I'm excited. It's looking rough right now. It's super drought. Winter was super light and we did not get much snow. And so good and bad about that is the water isn't going to hold as long this year because we didn't have as much, but the animals didn't have to go through a hard winter, so they had it easier, which they all shed fairly early, so they should be growing pretty heavy. I seen a bull the other day, the unit out to his thirds already. Gosh. So I'm working as much as I can and honestly just trying to I'm really pushing my social media and this podcast this year. Is one of the goals is really work on this and work on growing this and building a community around this. And so we're actually going to cut this pretty short. We're 25 minutes in. I could talk about my sleep system this year. We're going to run a piece equipment bag and then I'll either sleep out of a wall tent. If I don't sleep out of a wall tent, I usually just bivvy, just go bag and pad. I might pick up me a small tent for some solo hunts I'm going to do this year and yeah, train hard and shoot my bow as much as I can and scout as many units as I possibly can fit in my schedule. I know I have Nevada clients this year and Idaho, so that's gonna be super fun. And I got plenty of buddies to help too. Got Luke. I don't know if Dace is coming up, and I got a couple other buddies that I probably will help kill bulls or deer this year. Cow. And then gonna keep pushing, trying to find sheds. One of my goals this year is to kill a bull, an antelope, and a deer this year. Everything being Boone and Crockett and everything being with a bow. I was just listening to, I want to say Alan. Let me look up his Instagram because I don't want to get his name wrong. But he's absolute savage. Absolute savage. Alan Bullen on Instagram. I just listened to a podcast he was on and he was talking about hunting is cool and it is phenomenal, but trophy hunting is by far the best. And that's what I like to do. I like to chase the biggest, the oldest bull on the mountain. I like to chase the biggest, most rutted up buck I can find. And I like chasing the fastest and the biggest goat. Last year I missed a 85-inch goat with my bow. I'm not proud of it. I'm mad at myself for it, and it's going to haunt me. I also missed probably a high 70-inch goat with my bow a couple days later. I only had so many days to hunt, but I'm really mad that I missed potentially the state record with a bow. Antelope, we rough guessed him at 85, but he was We were probably a couple inches short use. Absolute mondo, just tree trunks of horns and super tall, super massy, big old pearly ivory tips on him. It missed that buck. Not proud of it. Mad at myself for missing. Should have been sneakier. He had 15 does on him, and it was I belly crawled in sagebrush for a mile apart while the boys guided me in, and I should have got it killed right there. But I didn't. So we're gonna kill one this year, and we're gonna kill the biggest one I can find in 3 days. Elk wise, we're shooting we're shooting the biggest bull I can find, and if I can't find a big bull, then I'll eat a tag because I do not care to shoot a young raghorn or a young bull. 360 plus, 6 point or bigger, maybe a big 5. If I can find a Mondo 5, I'd shoot a Mondo 5. Mondo 5s are cool. If not, I'll eat the tag like I've eaten the tag for the last 4-5 years now. I've eaten the same tag for 5 years. Not just a general item tag, but I've eaten for 5 years. 3 years ago, I missed a big bull, probably 370 class plus bull, mainframe 6, super heavy bull. Missed him at 70. I just didn't have the proper equipment, didn't have a nice bow, had a junker, or not a junker, a Matthews, a little bow I had, and I wasn't shooting enough. I wasn't training hard enough to get it done, so I didn't get it done. Last year I killed a big buck with a rifle. I wanted to kill one with my bow. One couldn't find one big enough that I wanted to kill, and so I found the next best thing. Still killed him. 180-inch 4-point full velvet. I shot him with a rifle at 400 yards flat. Phenomenal buck. Somewhat hyped about it, but it wasn't. I wanted to hunt, and I wanted to hunt bad. Like, there's nothing like that drives me more than killing a 400-inch bull and a 200-inch muley. And everybody's like, "That's trophy hunting," and I'm like, I do not care. I want the biggest animals on my wall, and I'll sacrifice sleep, and I'll sacrifice work, and I sacrifice relationships for them. I do not care, but I want to kill the biggest animals I physically and possibly can find and turn up on the mountain. And I think that's what really drives me to train so hard and to hunt so hard. Even guiding clients, like, they're just happy. I just want to kill 150 bucks. I'm like, yeah, let's go kill 180. Okay. 150s are cool. These are better. Same with bulls. I get the opportunity to look at a lot of big bulls. So it really is a pleasure, and I would say a curse, because I look at a lot of big bulls and then I go to other units and I look at 320 bulls and I'm like, those raghorns, guys, let's keep moving. And they're like, no, this is the biggest bull here. And I'm like, I'm going to go home then, because that's not a giant and I want a giant. This buck right here is 197 inches and super massy, super heavy. Did not kill this one. My grandpa hit this with a truck when I was in high school, and it's staying on my wall. He gave it to me, so I'm keeping it forever. This bull right here, he goes 393, not 400. I want to kill 400 bull. I'm going to keep putting it in until I draw, or I'm going to find a general land giant and kill that one. Antelope, if I kill an 80-inch goat, I'll be happy, I think, but I don't think I will be. I want to kill a 90. I want to kill the biggest animals I can. I want to kill 100-inch coos. I got the list. I want to kill a grand slam with my bow. And everybody's like, you're crazy. I'm 21. Most of my friends are focused on relationships and work and trying to build a life, and I look at it and I'm like, that's a normal life, and I don't really want to live that. I want to chase and hunt for a living, and that's what I want to do. And relationships have sacrificed. Currently don't have a girlfriend. I haven't had a girlfriend because I work too much and I like spending all my free time in the mountains, and it does put a hard sacrifice on relationships. I got buddies that are married. I don't see them anymore just because they got married. I got one buddy that got a girlfriend. He probably is going to listen to this podcast. He's going to feel called out, but I don't care. Yeah, he got a girlfriend and his drive has completely dropped off. He just cares about building a life and working, and he wants to go hunting, and so does his girlfriend, but the drive isn't there to kill the big stuff. He just wants to kill average. And I don't want to be average. I want to kill the best and the biggest. And that is greedy and high confidence for me to say. But if you don't have confidence in yourself, how do you have confidence in others? And just training super hard and trying to improve my skills. And you guys are probably gonna listen to the podcast and be like, this guy just jabbers about himself too much. Yeah, I do. I do. But if you don't believe in yourself, again, believe in and have confidence in yourself to the fullest extent, how can you help others believe and have confidence in them? And how can you raise your kids or become a or be a husband? And if you don't train or try and be the best for yourself, how can you be the best for others if you don't have the self discipline to be the best for yourself and really do and accomplish so much? What else should we talk about on my solo podcast today? I'm shooting my bow up, shooting tack, training, scouting. I should have 3 tags this year. Probably just going to be a bunch of generals because I'm not going to draw anything because I don't have the luck to draw anything good. The next podcast, we should probably have a guest on, so that'll be coming up quick. And if we don't have a guest on, we'll have another Houston jabbering podcast about himself again. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them in the description. This will probably go to YouTube and Spotify. And so like, share, and subscribe if you like listening to me jabber on about myself. And we're going to have some guests on. We're going to get some stuff killed this year, and it's going to be a good year. I wish all you guys the best of luck on this year on drawing tags and hunts and just changing your life. Best piece of advice I can give you as a young 21-year-old kid just trying to carve out his own name is always bet on yourself, and no one's coming to save you besides you. So if you want to get stuff done, you better kick it in gear and get it done and accomplish the goals you want to accomplish. So that's going to be all for the podcast today. Today's monster, we had, I don't know, Lorando Norris or something. It's yellow. It's all right, actually. I'm usually a white monster guy, which is what I usually go for. But I tried this one out. It's pretty good. So wish you guys all the best luck. We're going to cut this podcast here. Have a great day.